let's talk about spice. So, for my romance readers out there, I'm curious and I wanted to talk a bit about spice levels in romance books. How do you determine your level of spice? What does it mean if a book is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 level of spiciness? Do you determine this by number of spicy scenes? Is it by the intensity of the spicy scenes? Let's talk about it. For me personally, I determine a book's spice level by number of spicy scenes. So let's go through some of my books and talk about the level that I gave them. And if you've read them, let me know below if you agree with my spice rating or not. First off, I have this very cute book, Common Grounds by Ali Sandberg. She's lovely. This book I would give a 1 spice level to. There was I think 2 spicy scenes. So to me, that's a 1. Okay. Next up, I've got Pestilence by Laura Thalassa. Apologies if I mispronounced that name. This one, I would say 2, maybe 3. It's spicier than Common Grounds, but it's also a bit of a slow burn, which I don't normally do, and I didn't know when I picked this out. But when it got to it. So I'd say 2 to 3. Okay. Next, we have Behold Her by Emily Antoinette. This is a fantastic book, just FYI. I would say 3 to 4. There was quite a bit of spice and it was very, very good. But I have read books with more in it. So I'm going to say 3 to 4. Maybe more like leaning toward a 4. That kind of way, depending on the kind of spice you like. Again, just excellent book. Just saying. Okay. Next, I've got Joey by Sadie Kincaid. If you haven't read books by Sadie Kincaid, they will change your life. This, 4. Almost a 5, but I have a 5 coming up, so that makes this one a 4. There's quite a bit of spice, and it happens pretty early on, which makes me happy. But I'd say 4. It's good spice. She's fantastic at the spice. But 4. For me, 4 spice level. And here's my number 5 spice level, y'all. If you haven't read it, but if you have read it, if you know, you know. This book, I had no idea what I was getting into when I picked it out, honestly. But I love Kitty Robert, and I was like, I like books with vampires. Vampires. It starts I want to say page 5. And it just, woo! So, 5. A 5 to me is where there is almost more spicy than plot. Not always. Sometimes they can still even out. But overall, spicy. You want a 5 level spice, 5 alarm fire. This will do it for you. It sure will. And of course, I can't talk about spice levels and not talk about my books and their spice levels. So my first book, Wuthering Hearts, that's me. Looks real cute, right? Nice, cute cover. Got a little puppy on the back. Aw, precious. Very spicy. I have told people it's like a 3, like a 4. But based on feedback from one of my beta readers, it's more of a 5. Which was not my intention going in. But the more I think about it, it's probably a 5. Don't know if that makes me a bad person, but it's a 5. I would say, of course, I'm biased. I would say it's even spice and plot because there is plot. It's not just a lot of exciting times. So But a 5. I wrote a 5. I'm not ashamed. My second book, I mean, obviously there's spice in here. It's dark romance. It's kidnapping. All the fun stuff, morally gray. I feel like I scaled back the spice for this one. To me, this is like 3.5, maybe a 4, depending on how you view certain scenes and certain moments in this book. So I did scale it back a little bit. So 3.5, 4, yeah. So with all that being said, how do you label your spice levels? Also, what kind of spice level person are you? Do you like a 1, 2? Are you like me and you're like, if there's no spice, it's not nice. I need a 3, 4, 5 level type book. Also, how do you determine the spice? Is it like me, where it's number of spicy scenes? Or is it the level of spice per scene? Is it some other metric that you use that I have not discussed? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts.